saxophones. So today we're going to be working on our embouchure a little bit and making our sounds on our mouthpiece and neck. So the first thing I want you to do is go ahead and get your mouthpiece and your neck and your reed assembled. And after you've done that, come back, pause the video right now, and after you've done all that, come back and click play. Thanks. And so at this point, you should have your mouthpiece and reed and everything assembled. First, we want to make sure everything's right. So first thing, you're going to make sure your ligature's on right. So your screw is pointing to the right, and I hope it is on your video, so make sure it's pointing to the right. Next, you're going to check to make sure that the reed is placed correctly. If you can see my reed, at the top, you have no black. Okay, that's what we want. We want no black mouthpiece at the top of the reed. It's got to be perfectly in line. And then when I look at the back of the reed, or the back of the mouthpiece, and I look forward at the reed, I should see no reed sticking over the top. So make sure you've got that lined up correctly. Also, make sure you've got your reed lined up on the sides correctly. Make sure it's even on the top and the bottom. Ligature placement. Remember, we want to be able to see some of the dark part of the reed on the bottom and some of the dark part of the reed on the top before we get to the lighter part of the reed here. Okay, so go ahead and check those things. If you need to make some corrections, hit pause, make the corrections now, and then come back. Assuming you've made your corrections, the next thing I need you to do is grab a sheet of paper and a pencil. Okay, go grab a sheet of paper and a pencil and then come back. You got your sheet of paper and your pencil. I've got mine here. Okay, so I'm going to take my sheet of paper and my pencil, or my sheet of paper. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to stick my sheet of paper in between the mouthpiece and the reed. So you see that right there. And I'm just going to let it hang there. So I can see right where my reed meets my mouthpiece. And that's going to help me make the right sound a little bit later. So go ahead and stick it in there. Don't push it down. Just gently put it in, and then wherever it stops, okay? Notice wherever that stops for you on your saxophone or on your mouthpiece. And once you see that spot, I want you to take your pencil, and you are going to trace a line across that part of your reed where the paper is. Just trace a line, a gentle line. It doesn't have to be super dark. Don't push very hard. Just a really gentle line. You can kind of see my line here. It's right across the reed. That's what we want, okay? Go ahead and do that, and then come back. You got that done, you're going to take your paper out, put your saxophone set up to the side. We're going to use that for a second. So we're going to talk about our embouchure. So take your thumb right here, and we're going to just tap that against our bottom lip gently. Don't push, just tap. And then squish into your bottom lip, make it stay still, and say ta, ta. Okay? When you say ta, make sure your corners stay nice and firm. And then we're going to say ooh, ta, ooh. And then bring your lips and everything really forward and in, okay? Again, tap, 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 squish. Ta, ooh, okay? So our lips and everything are in like a little round hole. Okay, perfect. Now practice that again. 1, 2, ready, go. Ta, ooh. Good. Relax. Okay, now we're going to do this push-up style. We're going to do it for 20 seconds and hold, okay? So tap, 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 squish. 1, 2, ready. Ta, ooh, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Make sure you're staying tight. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Relax. Now you should feel that this area working, your chin and down here in your dimple area, and then also your corner is really nice and firm. Ah, ooh, okay? Make sure you bring everything a little bit more forward. Okay, now we're actually going to take our thumb and we're going to set it against our lip like we did. Hold it up like your saxophone, and then place your top teeth right down here on your thumb. Ta, and close your lips. Ta. Okay, make sure your top teeth are sitting down. Ta. Okay, perfect. Now that you've done that, I want you to practice that push-ups. Do that twice. Hit pause on the video, or rewind it and do it with me again. Hit pause and then come back when you're ready. You've done your push-ups now a couple of times. You need to be practicing that every day, about 5 or 6 times, just to give yourself some strength in these muscles. Because right now, this is a part of our mouth we don't really use ever. So we got to really work to build those muscles. Now get your mouthpiece, your ligature, and your neck ready to go. And remember that line we drew? Now it's time to use it. So remember we were putting our thumb here. Now we're going to take this part of the saxophone right here and we're going to put that line right where our thumb was. Okay, so our bottom lip is now covering our bottom teeth just a tiny little bit. Remember, I still need to be able to see a lot of the pink. Okay, and our top teeth are sitting right on top of the mouthpiece, and we're saying ah ta oo, and we're closing around ta oo. Okay, do that. 1, 2, 3. Ta oo. Good. Make sure your top teeth stay down, and then we're just gonna blow our note. Keep everything nice and firm, okay? If you have your tuner, which at this point you all should have your tuner, go ahead and take it, and you're going to connect it to your neck right here at the top, okay? We're going to turn our tuner on, make sure it says 440, and all right, and when we blow, we want our tuner to say G sharp, okay? Let's do it. 1, 2, 3, ta. So we're going to say G sharp right there in the middle. If yours says A, then you might have your mouthpiece pushed a little too far down on your cork. So try to pull it out just a tiny bit. Okay, if yours says G instead of G sharp, you might have your mouthpiece a little too far off. You need to push down a little bit more. Okay, so again, if it says A, pull out a little bit. If it says G, push in a little bit. If it says G sharp, you are in the right spot. Again, remember, put your bottom lip on that line, top teeth down on the mouth teeth, ta woo. See, you see mine is really sharp on G sharp, so I might need to pull mine out just a little bit and then try again. 1, 2, ready. Much better. It's much closer to G sharp. Okay? So saxophones, I want you to practice this every single day with just your mouthpiece and your ligature in your neck until you get a really solid G sharp. And we're going to be doing this in class as well, but I want you to be practicing at home. It's more important that you practice it at home because when we do it in class, we really need to be able to do it pretty perfectly. And that when we do this at home practicing, that's what's going to help us get there. If you have any questions, come see me.